Welcome back to another video. If you don't know me, I'm Delana J. Woodbine. You can call me DJ. I'm the current 120 kg national champion here in Canada, and I'm very happy to have you here as a training partner. Hopefully you'll stick around by subscribing. Today we got JM press, 2 compound squats, and ab wheel on training. I didn't end up actually doing the ab wheel, which you'll see here, but we did do jam press and 2 compound squats. So how the program is structured is 2 compound squats first and then jam press, but I did my jam press first just to get it out of the way and then go into my 2 compound squat. So the plan was 185 for 10 height to the 10, and then followed by 4 sets of 5 at like 5 RP. So we ended up with 198 here that you see here. I just put 200 for 10, and then we did that same 198 for 5, which didn't seem like a big problem. I did notice on these that I didn't like the inconsistency with the reps, so I started trying to touch the pins. I think in the future I'm just gonna keep it all on the pins and then back up, so I have like a standardized range of motion on these. But overall, really good accessory for me to improve my bench. What would be nice if we did have like a Smith machine here, I'd probably do them in those. I've seen people use the Smith machine for these, and I think that'd be pretty useful for this movement. So if I ever switch gyms, I'd probably do it in the Smith machine. If you're watching this and want to try these, I'll probably load it up in the Smith machine. It would be a lot more smoother and the range of motion would be consistent. But this is good enough, and I've done these safely for quite some time now. So yeah. Also, if you're just new to the channel and haven't seen these videos before, I'm currently cutting to the 105 kg class and for nationals, which is March 14. So I don't know how much weeks that is, but a few weeks away. Haven't actually started cutting, just first phase, tracking my calories and my liquids and making sure I know where I'm at before we start adding cardio in, putting myself into a deficit and all that stuff. So that's going to be very interesting to see how well I keep the strength or even build strength during that time. One of the biggest things that you want to do when you're doing a cut, if you're trying to prioritize muscle and training, you're going to have to make up more of your cut from doing cardio and not your diet, because you're going to need all the carbs and protein and fats to fuel your training day to day and see progress. So by implementing more cardio into your session, it's almost like you just speed up your metabolism, but you just increase your overall activity. That's probably how I'm going to do the approach. Just do more cardio. I got a lot more time in the day to do that. But yeah, let's see the squat. So we got 200. Those look pretty smooth. I like how those look. I think that was my last warm-up. Ooh, got a typo here. I think this is the last warm-up with 225. So I do a high bar squat, as you can see here, and I got the bands at the bottom to standardize my range of motion, because depth is pretty important. This is my top set. These move pretty good. I think I logged them at 8.5. If I look at the speed and stuff, let's see if it was actually at 8.5. I think that was closer to, yeah, that already had a sticking point. Yeah, that would be closer to being a 9. Just going off the speed. See these. That was at like 7. So these were supposed to all be like 6s. So we can't get the 6s. One thing I do notice in my squat here, you can see that one side, the barbell keeps coming forward from this angle. Probably have to rewind to see it. But I find myself rotating a little bit in my squats from one side to the next. And it's something that I'm working on and fixing. Haven't really figured it out yet, but we will in time for nationals. But see, I hit the rocks on one side, and that's because I'm spinning. So it's kind of crazy that I'm spinning with this much weight. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoy. If you want any tips from me and stuff, let me know. Catch you in the next one. Peace.